Hey, what is up everyone? I'm Piglet here once again, and we got ourselves a different title screen this time around. I think the only reason being for that is because, well, after when you've managed to accomplish every single of those golden trophies, specifically in 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc classes, if you manage to accomplish those during the forms within the actual, the cups themselves, you would able to actually unlock not only just for the actual credit sequence, which I didn't show this to you, but I will do it at some point during the forms of tomorrow. But in addition with that, you also get yourselves the alternative title screen. So even then though, it always shows Mario, Luigi, Peach, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi essentially, but the only characters are Wario and Toad, which is kind of a shame, but oh well. And yeah, what's up everyone, I'm Piglet here from the likes of the Merxy Toys videos, as I said this before. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more Let's Play of Mario Kart 64 for the Nintendo 64. So last time we have managed to go through the 150cc in terms of the Flower Cup, and it sure is something. So either way though, and today for this episode is the fact that we're going to be hit on to the fourth and probably the final class in the entirety of Mario Kart 64. And because of that though, that's also another one of those unlockable stuff once you've able to obtain all of these gold trophies in the previous cups throughout, in 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc essentially, then you would also get yourselves the forms of the extra class. Now what's for extra class, you're probably wondering? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and select Princess Peach for today, and as I promised you guys, I will promise I will able to select Mario for tomorrow's video, because as a result, we'll save Mario for last as in the main character of the entire thing. So either way though, yeah, I did manage to play this off screen on Mushroom Cup and Flower Cup just to get this over with and or anything like that. Now, if you probably noticed something from the start though, is the fact that obviously we're going to be hit onto the Star Cup right now. As you can see, the entire layout of the track is a lot different, because as you can tell, rather than just having ourselves the forms of the actual simple straightforward layout and everything, instead we actually come across into ourselves, I would say this is actually a start of the mirror class, because yeah, this is actually the first ever Mario Kart game to able to feature mirror mode, because well, that was before when Double Dash came out, especially with Mario Kart DS, and even Mario Kart Wii, and Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that those Mario Kart games also has mirror modes and all that stuff. The only exception is of course Mario Kart Tour, and especially noticeable with Mario Kart Super Circuit, which then again, we'll get to that at some point during the forms of during any forms of summer, so either way though, that's just how I can usually describe about the specific stuff for that matter. So yeah, today's the forms of, I would say it is the 25th of April today, in this case in 2020, so we're naturally speaking almost nearly towards the end of April. So hopefully by that time we can able to actually just to finish up with this Let's Play in particular, so I would be able to... What is up with Yoshi becomes the actual rival again? I mean seriously, I need to double check on the forms of the actual previous parts of this Let's Play is concerned. Like, I don't understand why that Yoshi's always becomes my rival again. Oh jeez, I bet this might be something to do with the forms of the lack of uploading schedules of Yoshi's Crafted Worlds or something. Although, I promise you Yoshi, I will get back into your game at some point during, I would say sometime in September, but usually speaking not now though, because we just have to mainly focusing on, you know, other sort of Let's Plays to be focusing on, such as this, as well as, eventually at this point, Sonic needs to able to focusing on Super Monkey Ball Deluxe once, he will decide able to finish up with that particular Let's Play before he comes back onto Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, until at some point on the 9th of May, and, yeah, because according to the actual About section, so either way though, that's just how I can usually think about it. So, yeah, you get the idea for that solution here. So, and also that both Tiana and Daffy Duck, they are both still carry on doing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat at this moment. So even then, no, that's just how I can usually think about it for the time's sake. So, Because yeah, there's going to be a lot of plans to be working on for this point, especially how we almost like somewhat close towards that the forms of specifically when it comes to some other aspects in mind. So yeah, you get the idea for that solution here. So, but then again though, this will be the last time to seeing Wario Stadium, as you can see, easily one of the second longest tracks in the game. At least assuming if you really want to go for likely just, you know, try to go for that stuff. So either way though, let's go ahead and place that banana peel just onto that jump ramp. So I would guarantee about the fact that most of the other players seem to able to actually just ignore my banana peel. So either way though, that's usually common for when it comes to computer players always attempt to dodge my items and all that stuff though. So either way though, yeah. That's as far as I can usually think about it. So anyways, let's keep a hold of the green shell in case if someone else just usually comes near to me. Specifically, I were guessing this correctly, if Yoshi might able to come closer to me, then, oh, okay, he just got slit by his own banana peel right here. Okay, that's fine enough for me, especially noticeable how the fact that, well, usually, relatively speaking, I'm just trying to able to mainly focusing on you know, for the entire point itself. So yeah, you get the idea for that specific solution. So yeah, which is kind of surprising because of how the fact that, well, we usually did manage to grease for this game for quite some time at this point right now, despite the fact that with any you know, rubber banding AI issues aside from that, we're actually doing not that bad, which even then is kind of cool, and especially good if you ask me, because either way though, because unlike Super Mario Kart, which actually took about 11 videos to able to actually just to complete that entire Let's Play itself, and then this might actually be one of the shortest Mario Kart Let's Plays we're ever going to be doing, because otherwise we're out to mainly focusing on 4 different classes with 2 cups each between the forms of weekends uploading schedules department. So that's how the actual main emphasis is going to be like. So even then though, take that Yoshi. So even then though, we can expect we can able to speed things up a notch, and hopefully we should able to deal with some more drifts and turns and anything else to be resides. And hopefully we should be able to claim first place, and we're probably not going to see Wario Stadium anytime soon, unless if another new Mario Kart game will be out. Oh jeez, I almost get myself screwed over by my own banana peel. Oh jeez Louise. I think that in order to able just to lay the, you know, the banana peels from behind, is that you have to like press the item button and at the same time just trying to able to tilt the control stick down, so that way you can able to actually just delay you know, trying to able to put the banana peel behind you. So in case if someone else is trying to able to almost catch up to you at some form or another. So yeah, you get the idea for that solution. So anyway, so let's move on to Sherbet Land for the final time. And this one gets things a little bit tricky and difficult, because most of you, if you're able to notice something, is the fact that if you're familiar with you know, the actual original track of Sherbet Land in this game, then you do realize the actual layout from the original. I don't know how do I try to explain about this right now, just because then again, it's been such a long while since I actually did manage to discuss on certain stuff like this. Oh, by the way, for those of you probably wondering about the fact that with what's happening with the forms of other films recently, especially noticeable how the fact that, well, first of all, let's get to the positive side of things first. Originally, that the Sonic movie was supposed to be able to be releasing in during forms of digital service in the UK version specifically until the 24th of April. Luckily though, that I suppose that Tiana and Duffy Duck has not even mentioned about that during the forms of their Let's Play of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, that the Sonic, dang it, I was hoping I could able to jump over the actual edge right here. And also just get frozen all of a sudden. Anyway though, yeah, for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie in the UK digital service, they actually managed to get that film released really early during the forms of 10th of April, which sounds surprising all in all, but I'm not a big fan of digital only kind of stuff, because I'm usually going to be focusing on physical forms, because that's the only method I always love attempted doing, because even then I just love to keep physical items rather than just digital stuff. Although digital stuff is fine all in all, but I'm just not a big fan of how the fact that when my game system, as well as the actual video files or anything like that, will able to actually become lost in certain parts. This means I have to go and just download the entire same process all over again, and plus it'll take about a lot of gigabytes until you're able to download certain stuff, which is the only thing I'm not a big fan of, so... Again, I might be biased, but even then, that's as far as I can usually just try to describe about this for the most part, so... Yeah, speaking of the films department, actually, is the fact that there's actually another set of films that has been now been officially delayed. Journey films have been 2021 due to the films of what else? The coronavirus situation. And those are Jungle Cruise film is now going to be releasing on 2021 now, and especially noticeable with the films of Bob's Burger the movie also about to be releasing until 2021 as well. So even then though, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty bad year when it comes to the films of 2020 so far. So yeah, that's going to be the most saddest parts indeed. So even then though, yeah, I just don't know why I'm truly just trying to feel like paranoid by that point. So, and another film that has also been delayed is I don't know about you, but even then Stardust, if I could recall that. But then again, I haven't really looked upon that much of films recently when it comes to more accurately when certain films has been delayed all in all. So, but anyway, let's just go ahead and move on to Royal Raceway track, which appears to be the final time we're going to be seeing this. Well, it wasn't until whenever we get onto tomorrow's video, especially noticeable that what I'm going to do during the films of the actual finale video until tomorrow, specifically on, well, not only do I need to focusing on the special cup on extra mode, but it's also I might as well show you guys some extra stuff of how the fact that how if you do manage able to show off some extra stuff of how, you know, Mario Kart 64 actually offers us to. Well, not many, mind you. Specifically, we were originally trying to able to show off the battle mode throughout, but I don't think we've still got enough chance to do that. Same applies to you know, Super Mario Kart, as well as Mario Kart Super Circuit, and even Mario Kart Double Dash, sadly. But hopefully we'll get to those in a later time, but I don't know when exactly, just because, well, we have not decided yet. Especially noticeable how the fact that was bad enough in Mario Kart Super Circuit. If you ever owned the Wii U Virtual Console version of Mario Kart Super Circuit, you might be pretty much lacking when it comes to showing off battle mode or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of the upsetting points worth noting for. So yeah, that's kind of upsetting for that specifically, trying to show that off. So take that Wario as well as you, Yoshi. Oh jeez, looks like Toad is really up ahead. I don't know if I can able to catch up to him at one point or another, because I could assure you about the fact that he just somehow managed to speed things up a notch. So even then, no. I suppose another thing I should probably point things out right away is the fact that I'd like to discuss upon the next and probably the next tour that has been announced just recently. Journey films have been likely in 3 days ago, which appears to be a next tour for Mario Kart Tour. But I'll save that when we get onto the films of well, I would say in tomorrow's finale video, because I said this before already, that we're actually getting pretty close for this point. So either way though, let's go ahead and just keep on sending ourselves those abundance of red shells, so we can able to actually just to defend ourselves from specific items or what have you. So even then, that's just as far as I can usually describe about that. So I do apologize for that. My voice has actually got a little bit crooked up because, again, there's not much else I can talk about apart from those two films. I was more certain about that is the fact that, well, unfortunately for Bob's Burger, the movie, as well as Jungle Cruise live-action movie is now officially delayed until a year, well, just about a year. So even then, though, yeah, because of that, though, I'm pretty sure that 2020 is going to be pretty much a bare bones year. So because of that, well, it's not so bad in the beginning, so even then, though, we don't know exactly for sure for the rest of it, though, because when it gets to, like, in March, this is what really gets downhill, especially noticeable how the fact that it just goes, like, nosedives super easily when it comes to more accurately with certain negativity or anything like that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves at this point right now, just because, well, not much else I can usually just try to say about this, unfortunately. So either way though, yeah, let's just go ahead and be very careful not to go completely insane on here. And we'll take second place. Whilst we don't mind if Toads becomes in first place, so yeah, there's not much else I can say. And hopefully we should probably hit on to the final track on new forms of you know, Star Cup, as you can tell, and that will have to be by the forms of Bowser's Castle. So even then, though, hopefully we'll get the thing to it. And then we should be able to accomplish every single aspect in new forms of well, the Star Cup in general. So either way though, let's go ahead and then, I didn't get any luck of trying to start my boost up, so, oh well, whatever. Beggar cells can be choosers, I suppose. Beggar cells can be choosers, so. I mean, I suppose there's actually another thing I want to discuss upon is that, as you can tell, from that section right there, where it has like those thwomps that's trying to block the actual doorway, depending on what difficulties you're going to be racing onto, like specifically, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure if you ever race on this during new forms event 50cc, then you're able to actually come across into yourselves just only one thwomp that usually blocks the actual entrance to that doorway. And if you manage to play this on, or manage to play that stage in 150cc class or something, is that you weren't able to actually just to come across into yourselves into, you know, just only, well, 150cc class will give you to have a chance to dodge 3 of these thwomps, and as a result, you have to completely avoid that at all times, and that's as far as I can usually think about it. And as far as 100cc is concerned, well, if those of you looked up on that just recently during new forms event 2 weeks ago, you actually come across into 2 thwomps, which that could be also the same applies to the mirror version, or how should I say, the extra version of that specific thing itself as well. So we could at least expect that. So either way though, let's just go ahead and keep on driving for a moment, and because we keep on far too lucky at this point, especially noticeable how Donkey Kong just somehow screwed me up during the forms of that banana peel slip up, and now I'm down to 8th. So if I do manage to lost on that specific race, especially noticeable if I was on you know, 8th or somewhat higher than 5th or something like that, I would expect I need to retry that particular race again. So, but then again, luckily for this particular game, however, though, unlike Super Circuit and Super Mario Kart, you do have the actual life system. So, well, at least specifically in Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart Super Circuit, you do have extra life system. Whilst in this game, not so much, because you can able to try again multiple times this time around though, so at least even then we can expect able to try those kinds of stuff over and over and over again if you keep failing or what have you. So, or else it wasn't until a Mario Kart Double Dash came around, then we have to continue the actual race as it is. So yeah, that's how it goes basically. So even then though, oh, there it is, that Yoshi again. Come on, hopefully I can able to beat him. Oh! Ah, dang it, I just somehow did not even notice like this. Looks like I'm afraid that Yoshi did manage to take the lead. So, we're really hoping we can able to get a tiebreaker for that part, because if we somehow manage to tie, it really doesn't matter if we're able to actually get a tie on that specific for that front. So that way we could expect we can able to actually just to see that. So even then though, let's check out the actual results so far. So even then though, yeah, I was usually so close, because if I don't slip up on that banana peel. Okay, there we go. So at least we are on tie, so even then, no, that really does count. So, that was really close. Especially if I was going to be able to be coming, you know, 3rd or lower, then I could at least expecting if I was going to be able to get myself silver trophy or bronze trophy instead of gold. So even though, luckily for us, we did manage to get ourselves a two-way tie between first place between me and Yoshi. Seriously though, why is it always Yoshi that's trying to have a vendetta against me for able to not coming back onto Yoshi's Crafted World or something. I don't know, it's just a little bit more of a personal preference anyway. So either way though, once again we claim first place, and Yoshi is in second place, and Toad especially, he was on third place. So kind of surprising because of how the fact that Toad managed to claim himself first place during the forms of being Royal Raceway. So even then though, and of course the actual trophy designed in extra mode is plays exactly the same thing as, you know, 150cc, except, well, usually relatively speaking, it's just on extra modes rather than just, you know. And also, as far as you notice, is the fact that in the Royal Raceway track, you notice that Princess Peach's stained glass thingy right here. It usually just decides to go flipped in the extra mode or something like that. Whilst in the forms of the award ceremony sequence, as you can see, it does not even go flipped or anything like that. So yeah, something's worth mentioning. So I guess we'll end things off at this point right there. I do apologize with my commentary, that it feels a little bit rough around the edges though, but hopefully until when it gets to the point until tomorrow, then I can discuss more about it. So join me next time on Let's Play Mario Kart 64. It's the fact that this will be the finale portion of this game while going through the extra CC in the Special Cup. So see you guys tomorrow. Later, fellas.